Welcome to today's episode of My Cats Only Like Me When I'm Recording. This is going to be a longer video than I've posted in a while. Come in, take a seat, get a drink, put something comfy on. Alright, let's get started. In today's video, I'm going to be putting together everything that I've learned from watching hours and hours of YouTube help videos. This is the video that I wish I would have had when I was first starting my YouTube channel. This is going to be a part of my new YouTuber help series. First step is make the channel. You can watch YouTube help videos and study and learn how to make a successful YouTube channel. Until you actually make the channel, you're never gonna grow or achieve those goals. This sounds really straightforward, but I, for a really long time, was just watching YouTube videos on how to do everything, and I wasn't actually just making the channel. Eventually, you kind of just have to pull the trigger and create the channel. The channel can grow with you. You can't mess it up. Everything is able to be changed as you learn and grow, so you can always go back and change something if you don't like what you did originally. There isn't any benefit to waiting. So once you make your YouTube channel, you need to verify that YouTube channel. And this isn't the same as like getting verified on Twitter where you get the blue check mark. This is to show YouTube that you are not spam. You go to youtube.com/verify. I think you have to be logged into your YouTube channel account. You put in your phone number and they call you and you put in the code and then your channel is verified. This is really important if you ever want to post a video that's longer than 15 minutes, if you want to add custom thumbnails, which are really important, if you want to be able to live stream, and if you want to appeal content ID claims. My next tip would be get an idea of how you want your YouTube thumbnails to look. I try to go with like a theme, so all of my videos go together and look cohesive on my channel. You can use PicMonkey on desktop, PixArt on your phone, Fonto. There's a bunch of different apps that allow you to put text over pictures, but once you get an idea of what you like, go for it and try to stick with it for as long as possible. You want all of your YouTube videos to look like they're from the same channel. Luckily, that's something I learned really early on, and I was able to actually go back and edit my old thumbnails with my new style. This is what I meant earlier when I say just make the channel, because even if you change your mind about how you want something to look, you can always go back and update the thumbnail, update the title, update the description, even unlist the video if you don't like it. I have a video on how I make my current YouTube thumbnails if you wanted to check it out, but really make your YouTube thumbnail in a way that looks good to you. There's no right or wrong way. If you like it, then that's what's most important. So my next tip would be get an idea of where you're going to post your YouTube videos. If you're going to be posting them on your Facebook, on your Twitter, in different subreddits for whatever your video is about, I try to make a Google Doc and put a bunch of links to everywhere I'm going to post my video right when it comes out, so that way when the video does go live, I can just share the video into those groups. You want to get eyes on your new video as soon as possible, so having it all planned out on where you're going to post is a really good idea, especially when you're new and you don't have a big subscriber count. Something I like to do for my YouTube videos is doing a compound title. YouTube is a search engine, and you want to make sure your videos are optimized and will come up when someone searches for the topic your video is about. When you do a compound title, you actually kind of have two titles to your video. I'll put part of my title in lowercase, what I think the video should be called, or an interesting part of the video, and then in caps at the end, I put what would be most likely to bring the video up in a search engine. That way you give people an idea of what the video is about, but you also make sure that your video will rank in search. My next tip is when you are editing your video, edit out all of your breaths and pauses. You want your video to be fast-paced, so every time you stop and take a breath, cut that out, and that way your talking really never has a break and people don't have a natural time to click away from your video. I'll show you here what I mean. I won't edit any of the breaks or natural pauses out of this part of the video. It just kind of like slows down the tempo of it, and like if you're trying to think of what the next thing to say is, it can be hard. I'm literally doing it right now. Sometimes when I'm talking, I'll kind of take a second and think about what I'm gonna say, and I'll take a breath, and it just puts these weird pauses in it. But now I'll go back to how I usually edit my videos, where I take out all these pauses, and it just runs a lot smoother and goes a lot faster. It's really up to you, but I notice now in a lot of the really famous YouTubers, they do this exact same thing. Next tip, the first hour after you post your YouTube video is so important for new, small YouTubers. It's important for big YouTubers as well, but when you have a lot of subscribers, they get the notification that you posted, they jump right on that video, they're commenting, they're liking. YouTube looks at how your video performs in the first hour and takes it very seriously. seriously. Your video can almost get buried if it doesn't do very well in the first hour because YouTube assumes it's probably not that good. And this might not be true. It might just be that you have a really small following and you're putting out great content. What I try to do is share my video on Reddit, any subreddits that have to do with what I'm talking about. If I'm feeling confident, will share it on Facebook, sometimes on Twitter, wherever you think it will get some eyes on it. If you're in any Facebook groups for whatever content you're talking about, share it in there. Send it to your friends right when it goes live and ask them to watch it and to like it, because getting a good amount of views, comments, likes in that first hour is going to make YouTube kind of propel that video forward and show it to more people. The more eyes you can get on the video, the better. I have had a video go live at a certain time and I have overslept and woke up when the video was 2 hours old and didn't have a single view. Very upsetting. And I've woken up before a video has gone live and made sure to share it, like it, comment, like my own comment, thanks for watching, and pin the comment, like the comment, whatever. That video just does better. Within the hour, it's getting a lot more views, it's getting shown to more people. I'm getting a lot of outside people commenting on it, and I would even like your video. YouTube won't count your own views towards your view count and your watch hours. If you are monetized, you don't want to watch your own ads. You want to make sure to skip them because that is against YouTube's terms of service. This next one is a big one and people are not going to listen to me. It is so big for new YouTubers. There are new YouTuber groups and they're great. They're really helpful. People are sharing their videos and they're asking for help and critiquing. People are watching your videos and they're commenting because they know you're a new YouTuber and you're kind of doing the same thing back. Great. I love it. Perfect. Don't do sub for sub. YouTube knows what's up. You might get away with it for a little while, but YouTube will shut your channel down so fast and then it's over. All your hard work is over. You will see in these groups constantly sub for sub thread or watch, like, comment, subscribed to your video, and I don't like that. I want people to subscribe to my video because they like it. If you get a bunch of people subscribing to you, but they're subscribed to 500 other people in the group and they're not watching all your videos and interacting with them, it actually is worse for you. It's just like buying followers. You don't want to do that because it's going to hurt your engagement. People will subscribe to you because they're doing the subscribe for subscribe. YouTube will usually remove them within 24 hours because they can tell if they just went on your profile and subscribed and then left. And especially if you just subscribed back to them, YouTube's going to know what you're doing and they're going to remove you both from each other's accounts and you risk getting your entire account deleted. It's really tempting because you want to see that subscriber count go up, but it's not real. You don't want to be fake, especially when you're this small. The growth will come if you keep putting out good content, you have good thumbnails, you just give it some time. You need time for people to kind of figure out who you are, for you to get a good base of videos, so when people come to your channel, there's a lot for them to watch and decide whether or not they want to subscribe. But cheating is not the way to go in this situation. Something I started doing probably 2 to 3 weeks ago, after I already had a few videos out, was using TubeBuddy. I told myself I was not going to spend any money on anything because you don't make a lot of money from YouTube or any money when you're really small. Anything you buy is gonna put you in the negative. But I kept hearing people talking about how great TubeBuddy was. I downloaded it and just tried the free trial kind of version of it, the free version, and I really liked it. It has this really cool feature where you put in what keyword you think your video should rank for. So for like this video, I could do like new YouTuber help video, and it'll tell you if that keyword to put in your title is a good idea or a bad idea. And it has a percentage or like a score out of 100, and you want to try to be as closest to 100 as possible, because if you're closer to 100, your video is a lot more likely to rank in search when people search for that. It's just a really cool feature. It's how I pick my titles. There'll be times I type in, like for my get ready with me video, I typed in like get ready with me and it was like basically told me not to do it. It said it was a poor choice, 10 out of 100, like there was too much competition and there were too many videos that people were already doing. There was no way I was ever gonna rank for that. It gave me some suggestions of other titles I could use and I played around with it, and suddenly it jumped up to like 81 out of 100, and it was like the competition is low for this search term, but tons of people are searching for it, so you have a way better chance of ranking. And it said I was gonna rank first or second for it, so that was really cool. If you wanted to use that, there actually is a code you can use to get a percentage off if you want to do the paid plan. There's different levels of it. I just have the most basic one. My neighbor's walking her dog and she can clearly see that I'm in my apartment alone talking to my camera right now. I ended up upgrading to the first paid tier of it because you get a few more features that I really liked. You can actually use code Amy Bales to get get a discount on there. I wish I would have had a code because I ended up paying full price for it. I just paid for the whole year, but it's 100% worth it. I would have paid double. But if you want to save a little bit of money, you can use code AmyBales. But I really like it. I now rely on it so much when I'm posting a YouTube video to decide what my title is going to be. It just has a lot of really cool features. If you're getting value from this video, please thumbs up. I could have probably put this tip a little bit earlier in the video, but these are all equally important. Just start posting. Put yourself in front of the camera. I've heard people say for a week, record yourself for 30 minutes every day because it does take some practice. It's hard to learn how to talk to a camera when there's no one talking back to you. It's very easy to kind of get caught up on your words and then not remember where you were because you don't have that person to sort of remind you what you were saying. But record yourself and then post it. You just need practice posting. A lot of my first videos, I honestly don't really love them as much anymore. They were recorded with my phone. The audio quality isn't that great, but I like leaving them up because it shows I'm already learning. And I'm by no means a big YouTuber, but I'm already learning so much. And if someday I feel like those videos just aren't providing value to people anymore, you can unlist them. You can go back, unlist them, but just start posting them. Get some content out there. You can totally change your YouTube channel to something completely different if you want to. You can go off track and decide you want to make a channel about cooking when you've previously been talking about working out. That's fine. You can unlist those old videos. You can put them in a playlist that says old content, whatever. You don't have to keep them up if you don't want to. But posting videos is so good. It's good practice. It's good to just learn the process. It's good to go back and watch them. 100% recommend just pulling the trigger and posting a video. It's part of that you're never gonna grow until you just start doing it mindset. Next tip, decide what your end goal is for this YouTube channel. A lot of people go into this and they don't really know what they want out of it, but how are you gonna know if you're on track and if you're moving towards your goal if you have no idea what that goal is or where you see yourself in 5 years with this channel? Do you want to be the top cooking channel on YouTube? Do you want to be the next fitness influencer that uses YouTube to give free workouts to everyone? You don't have to have an answer right now. Get that idea in mind, and that way every time you post a video, every time you move forward, you're working towards that specific goal. And that goal can change, it can evolve as you get farther into your channel, but have a goal. It's fine to just do whatever at first. This next one is a hot take. I have heard this from other YouTubers and I realized I was kind of doing this exact same thing. At first I was sort of defensive about it, but in a way it's probably one of my most important and most helpful tips. Why should someone subscribe to you? Really, why? What are you doing that's different than anyone else? And it's okay if in the beginning you don't have an answer to that, or there is no answer to that. You aren't different than anyone else because you're new and small. But I don't believe that that's true. Everyone is getting on YouTube for a reason, and before you say I don't have a reason, I just want to entertain people, that's a reason. Entertaining people is a reason. Once you have that reason, that is what makes you different, because no one is you trying to entertain people. No one is you and your editing style doing a cooking channel. You're different. You are why people should subscribe. Think about that before you're telling people in every video subscribe. Think about the why. I see a lot of new YouTuber videos where people are like, smash that subscribe button, subscribe, 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 subscribe. Why? Why should I subscribe to you? So you'll stop yelling at me? No. Curtis Connor at least gives us an extra greeting at the beginning of all of his videos. Provide us with something, but really tell people why. If you like the value you're getting from this video, be sure to subscribe. If you're a nursing student and you like videos about nursing school, be sure to subscribe. Give people an idea of why they should subscribe to you. Think about what problems your videos fix. Everybody gets on YouTube to solve a problem. Even if that problem is, I want to be entertained. You're solving a problem. Who do you want? When you think of someone opening their phone, if you think of somebody opening the YouTube app and clicking on your video, who are you picturing? And how do you get them? You need to find those people and cater to them, because the channels that do really well are usually niche channels. I don't recommend niching down super early in your YouTube career. I'm still posting content that's kind of all over the place just to see what people like the most. Even if it's comedy, people who love watching comedians on YouTube. That is a genre, that is a niche. Your power is finding your people. Next tip, don't judge your content too early. I have had some videos where in the first 3 days, they didn't get any views. No one was liking them. Actually, people were disliking one of my videos that was about baby products. So I was like, do people hate babies? I'm really confused. I don't understand what I did wrong here. But then a week went by and I think somebody shared my video in a baby group and my video did a lot better. I was getting a lot more views. I was getting a lot more views every hour. That video has continued to grow. I initially judged that video as a fail and it ended up doing pretty well. It's easy to be a few weeks into having having a YouTube channel and you're like, nobody is subscribing, nobody's watching my videos, I'm a failure. No, you're just a small fish in a ginormous ocean, and that's okay. You've got to grow. It's not because you're bad, it's not because your content's not good necessarily. It's just a learning process. You've got to get yourself out there. You've got to give people time to find you. How many times have you found a YouTuber and you find out they've been YouTubing for 3 years and you're just now finding their content? Do what you feel is right, it'll come. But going along with what I just said, my next tip is don't get overwhelmed by your favorite YouTubers saying, it took me years. Time is going to pass anyways. Whether you make YouTube videos for 3 months, give up, and then the rest of 2 years goes by, or you keep making YouTube videos for 2 years, that time has passed. Where you're gonna be at the end of that time is what's really important. My last tip is don't be selfish on YouTube. Hot take, I know. Most people are, in the beginning, PR agents of themselves. They want to become famous. That is their why. All of their videos are subscribe, like, and they're not telling you why because they just want to be famous. I was the same way. I'm like, I'm gonna make a YouTube channel, I'm gonna blow up, and I'm gonna be so famous, I'm gonna have all this money. Why? You need to give people your why. You need to have good content. Don't be a selfish PR agent of yourself. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I did the same thing. It just takes time to learn. And that is it for you guys. Thank you for watching. I am glad you've stuck with it through the end. If you liked this video, if you got value from it, give me a thumbs up. If you like this kind of content, subscribe, and if you don't, that's fine. Stick around, watch a few more videos. I am out. Thank you for watching, and good luck with your new YouTube channel.